And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second match of the night. We just wrapped up with our initial ZvP between Cyril and Rainer, and now we are back with MaxPax versus Dark. And here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neon Violet Square. We have the red Zerg player from South Korea. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss from the land of Denmark representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you believe will take this series. Best of luck in the chat. MaxPax, of course, he is hot off the heels of a third place in Masters Coliseum. Did very well for himself in that event. And likewise, Dark has been a little bit less active as of late. Dark going for the goal base. Let's go. We do love to see it. Again, Dark, he has been off racing quite a lot as of late. He's been playing a lot of Protoss. For those who have been missing out on broadcast as of late, he's been playing a lot of Protoss to avoid ZBZs, but against Protoss, he's more than happy to embrace his own Zerg style. Let's go, baby. Let's go. For now, Hatch Gas Pool rushing to the goal base. Dark, when it comes to this matchup, he is typically hyper-aggressive. He's hyper-aggressive, is very in your face, very much willing to go all in, willing to go for Link Queen Nidus all-ins, or even kind of Roach Drop Lord base all-ins as well. More than happy to just be an animal, be wild, be crazy. That's why we love him. Dark, he's not really known for his mid game, he's not really known for his late game, he's known for his aggression overall, and we'll see if MaxPax can keep up. Typically, we do see a back and forth dynamic between the two, as MaxPax, he's more of a standard player, and sometimes he can be caught off guard by Dark. For example, like this, like the gold. MaxPax, he has no perp scattered. No perp scout whatsoever. MaxPax, he is in the dark as to what's going on. Just standard gate expand into Cyber Core opener here at a MaxPax, and we'll see what Dark brings to the table. Now, usually when you rush into this goal base, it is not to macro. It's not like, oh, he just wants to get like an economic boost. No. It's usually for an all-in. Like, you don't really expect to be able to maintain this base in the near future here coming into the mid game without being punished. So, again, we should be gearing up towards something, whether it's going to be early roaches, early lair, early some kind of tech. For now, Link Speed. For now, Link Speed pulls out of gas. For now, is going to be settling in. And we'll see how MaxPax responds once he finds out. As behind this, we have a Stargate opener. It's going to be that Stargate. It's going to be settling in. Where this should be opening up Oracle to move out across the map. And there is that first Oracle. Here we go. So first Oracle is being chronoed. I believe Dark, yep, he's fully aware. He does scout. He is aware that it's not going to be a void raid. Knows that his overlords are safe and sound. And leaving the overlord in position to scout the second unit coming out here from the Stargate. Likewise, welcome all to Neon Violet Square, the largest map of the map pool, very often vetoed, especially in best of threes, but we have seen it twice now in both best of fives, and typically leads to very quirky games. I mean, on the one hand, it's a large map, very defendable 5-base setup, very easy to try to head towards a later game, but we have the go base, which is an X factor, which of course Dark is embracing real fast, real quick, is getting his own natural, his third base at his natural location, is going to be spreading creep across the map. The Oracle does take a lot of hits, takes a lot of damage, gets one, gets two. 2 drone kills, that's a lot of hold damage on that first Oracle. At the same time, Lings, they poke in at third base on the low ground for MaxPax. Dark is aware. Dark is aware. More Lings moving out across the map to try to punish the expansion. Nibbling away at the Nexus. Eva Chamber follow-up. Eva Chamber should be for +1 melee here. And based on melee, it looks like we're gearing up towards Ling Hydra. That's usually the case when it comes to Korean Zerg players, is that they want to go into their own faster lair. Plus on melee means they want to skip Roaches, skip Banelings, and go into their Hydra tech. But we'll keep an eye on Dark to see how he does follow this up. As for now, he is still poking in, still getting us around. Yeah, it does get us around. Adept is going to be shut down. The Oracle comes in, but 1 second too late. Adept does fall. Nice pick off, 12 more Lings in production. Again, we have a bunch of minerals here to work with. Dark double expanding, going for the third base, going for the fourth as well. Is doubling up. Taking more bases. So far, MaxPax has been unable to punish his expansion. And more Lings are building up here for Dark. There's that lair. And again, should be, interesting location. Lair at the gold base. This is actually going to give more HP to the building itself. Gonna make it more fortifiable. Let's go. And from here, should be going Ling Hydra. And MaxPax, he has not punished the economy of Dark whatsoever. I am getting concerned here for MaxPax, as Dark is allowed to get away with this. Behind this, going for a standard follow-up, +1 and Blink. Double Oracle moving out. Only 2 Oracles, but a standard follow-up. So MaxPax isn't really responding or reacting in any more aggressive manner. Oh! Oracle goes down, massive pickoff. Gets an Oracle for 2 drones. Lings, they once again hit the 3rd base. They're keeping MaxPax pinned. And Dark, he's freely expanding. He's freely just droning up. He's triplet. Jesus, he's triple expanding, getting his 4th, his 5th, and his 6th. I mean, he has the money for it. True, because of the gold base, doesn't know what to do with it. Just throwing down every single base he can. And we spoke earlier, there's a Hydra Den, so it's going to be Ling Hydra. And I'd assumed that Dark was going to be going for an all-in with this gold base, but no, he's playing macro and he's able to get away with it. That's the problem here. Just playing macro and he's getting away with it as well. That's why he can afford everything that he is. Bailey Nest into +2. There we go, +2 has begun. Hydra Den's almost done as well, getting to Hydra upgrades, going pure Ling Hydra. Ooh, MaxPax. Are we going for an 8K3 base all-in? 6K so far. But this Ling tells us he wants a proxy. Yep, there we go. Proxy pylon, proxy gateway. MaxPax, he is sending it across the map. And we'll see if he can break Dark, as he should be throwing down a gateway alongside this to go for the all-in. Likewise, very awkward to engage here within the squares. Lings are trying to go from behind. Stasis trap goes up. Nice arc here with these queens. Yeah, queens, they're buying time here for the Hydras. 9 Hydras on the way. 1 Stalker goes down. Just the 1. Ooh. Flash transfuse. 1 queen falls. Dark, he's running out of Lings. Again, this is going to be a tough hold for Dark. He just cannot engage. Not into this. Not freely. Takes out the stasis. Still trying to build up those Hydras. Hydras have arrived. Dark, has he bought enough time? Oof. Picking off Stalkers. Yeah, massive pickoffs. 2, 3 Stalkers going down. Expensive losses. There's that proxy. Trying to set up the proxy. Going for his own goal behind this. Bold move out of MaxPax. Bold move. I do appreciate it. The stasis. Ooh, stasis goes up. Despite that, Dark, he's going to chase us down. Oh, at least trying to. We'll respect the warp in. Dark, he pulls away. Morphing in Bailings. That's going to be ideal against these Zealots. Again, these squares do deny any kind of surround setup here from Dark. And Philibert making his way towards that natural. Stasis. Oh, massive stasis goes up. Yeah, that is brutal. Dark, he just cannot engage. Not like this. +2 on the way, charge, Temple Archives, into Archons. MaxPax, he hasn't been able to break Dark, but he's been trading very efficiently. Only bleeding out how many 5 Stalkers for 85 Lings, and counting. As Dark moves out, Zealots coming from behind. They catch reinforcements. Ooh, but MaxPax is bleeding out more Stalkers. More Stalkers who bleed out, that's going to be 5 Stalkers. Proxy should be shut down. Oh. Stasis going up. Dark pulling away. And should be able to clean up the proxy. Gets eyes on the gold. The gold is yet to be saturated. And this is the problem here, is that if MaxPax loses control of the map, he will lose control of the gold. He'll lose control of the gold base. Cannot afford to. Stark is pushing in. Where's Dark diving on the main army? At least trying to coming for the surround, and he will catch out these Stalkers. Yeah, the Stalkers, they get caught out. Massive pickoffs. Dark is doing it. He's suddenly got control. Avoids the gold base, going straight for the 3rd instead. Going straight for the kill. Lings, they flood into the mineral line. MaxPax trying to hold on, trying to keep up. Oh, the Bailings, no! The Bailings, they crash in! Oh, not quite into the mineral line itself, but into the pylon. Despite that, it's still just crippling damage. Dark, he has done it. He breaks through the defensive line, takes out the expansion, and there's nothing left. There's no splash damage, no storm, no archons, no colossus, no nothing for MaxPax. If you're curious as to why there's no splash damage, because he was all in, because he had committed into that proxy, into just pure stalker. He was trading well, but he had to do more damage. He had to break an expansion of Dark. Dark, he did get away with the gold. He got away with all these expansions. GG gets called as Dark snowballs out of control, and Dark takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Dark does take a lead in the series. But what I will say, and it's similar to game 1 between Reina and Cyril, is that this was a very unique game because of the map. Again, Dark, he could not pull that off on any other map out there, on Abyssal Reef, on King's Cove. Like, Neon Violet Square is a unique map because of its size and because of the goal base as well. So Dark, he was able to have a more unique approach, and MaxPax was not able to punish it. As he mentioned, MaxPax was hyper committed, going for his own 3-base all-in with Mass Blink Stalker. He needed to break through. He was trading well with the army, and I was giving him praise for that, but he had to break an expansion just because of how greedy Dark was. He had to break one of those bases and do some damage to the economy. He failed to do so with that Dark Snowball out of control. Dark, he snowballed out of control. GG well played, and now we're settling into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, so plenty more games ahead of us, plenty more games to come. Here we go. Why no one prolongs the stasis? Just put a new one on when Sun units are about to be released. Is this possible to do? Yes, people do it. It's difficult to pull off, but it is done from time to time, where you try to time it to stack a stasis trap. Depending on the situation, it might just be worth not doing that just so you can kill the units themselves. Sometimes it's worth snacking. Like, it does happen from time to time. But here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of ley lines, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, who representing himself, but leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Sidestorm Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is MaxPax. Here we go. We go. So now we do have Dark setting up his own natural. So far, standard opener, hatch, gas pool, and MaxPax does got to confirm that that's actually happening. Let's go. Again, here on ley lines, there's no goal base, there's no like crazy rush you can get into. I say that, do you have a hatch block across the map, and this is designed to disrupt the economy of MaxPax. So it's going to be hatch into gas into pool out of Dark. Again, this is not for a rush, this is not for hyper aggression. This is just to delay the economy and ideally even force some of these boys to be pulled. We can see here MaxPax is forced to start his Zealot, forced to throw down a second gateway, even the Cyber Core as well, before the Nexus. So already the goal is to kind of like throw a wrench into the works, into the build of MaxPax. Make the Protoss as uncomfortable as possible. That's usually the go-to for Dark. I mean, I say the Protoss as uncomfortable as possible. Dark's opponent as uncomfortable as possible. It's applicable to Terran, it's applicable to Zerg. Wants to make you play his game, not the other way around. So with that, again, this base will eventually be dealt with. Back at home, Dark's just droning up, taking his own natural, saturating his bases, getting to his own queens. Now, what's important here when it comes to this response is that there is going to be a counterattack. As you can see, it's Zealot into double Adept. Because of the 2-gate opener, we have extra Adepts than normal, and Dark, now it's on him to try to defend with a bare minimum against extra Adepts. So we'll see if Dark can maintain himself, or we'll see if he gets punished for his opener. As the hatchery does complete, Queen is on the way. Now, the goal of this Queen is to spread creep. The goal of the Queen is to try to sneak out behind the middle line, get a tumor going, and make it even longer here, make it even more impossible for MaxPax to actually expand. And we'll see if he can actually get that tumor going. Adepts, they get across the map. Queen is on the way. Adepts, they threaten the shade. Better commits. Queen pops out. Do we get the tumor? Up, he's going for it. Can he protect it? The queen does body block. The tumor's on the way, but the adept should be not actually getting position. The tumor, does it finish? Up, it will. The tumor will barely finish it. No, so close. One more second. The tumor goes down, and with that, there's no need for detection. The base is going to fall, and MaxPax, he can now expand. He can now expand again. One more second, the tumor would have finished, and that would have forced a revelation or forced an observer, of course. Thankfully, there is an oracle on the way. And now MaxPax can finally expand. Behind this, we've just been joining. Behind this, Dark, he's been joining up. Does have some lings on the map, don't get me wrong. How many lings in total? It's going to be 15. Sorry, 14. 14 lings for Dark. Ooh. MaxPax, he rotates into me. He's distracted. He's distracted by one ling, and Dark, he can go for the wall. He can try to. It's going to be close. Adepts are racing back home, and they get here just in time. Never mind. So MaxPax, he defends, and now he can finally attempt to expand. Behind this, ooh, Dark supply blocked. That should not have happened. Supply block for Dark. There we go. Now joining up. And now we can take a moment here to kind of take stock. On the one hand, yes, MaxPax is up in probes. True, MaxPax, he has more workers, but he's mining inefficiently. You know, he's long distance mining from his natural, so not really the strongest tail here that's being woven by MaxPax with the greater probe count. Meanwhile, Dark, he is now getting up in drones, proper 2-base saturation. Oracle has arrived. There are 2 queens to defend. The Oracle is deflected, but MaxPax, he's not done. Look at the adept count here. He's got 5 adepts. Now, these are vanilla adepts, true, vanilla adepts, but this early on, they can still wreak havoc. They can still pop off. So we'll see what MaxPax can get done. So far, distracted by the drone. Drone is going to go down, but Lings are coming for a surround. They surround the adepts. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. 2 adepts do make it through. They shade into the main. They can one-shot drones, getting 1. 2 workers already getting 3 drone kills. Nice damage dealt here, and the oracles are coming from behind. Going for the mineral line. Queens are not quite in position, but there is a spore. Ooh, and that's going to be another 5 drones in total. Nice damage by MaxPax. It is nice damage, but that is 5 drones for 5 adepts. Again, the adept count was thrown away here. At least it did delay the 3rd base of Dark, and we have just a really awkward game state is what I will say. MaxPax is just now getting up to 2-base saturation. Dark just now getting a 3rd base. Like, it's just been very awkward here for both players. It's a very shaky game state. Shaky. Oracle's forced back home. There's the NG overcharge. Triple Oracle out of MaxPax. Behind this, going into charge. Ooh, a much more aggressive follow-up. So charge typically means a charge timing out of MaxPax. Extra zealot. He could still take a 3rd base, but there's going to be a much more aggressive, much more assertive follow-up here from MaxPax. And if Dark skips roaches, he might be in trouble. As I say that, Roach Warren. Roach Warren is on the way, so Dark is calming things down, and he's going to be settling into roach production. Or at least he has access to roaches. MaxPax going for the Temple Archives before the 3rd base. This looks like the beginning of a 2-base all-in. How many gates? 4. So 4 gateways, charge, Archon production, prisms on the way. Yeah, borderline 2-base all-in here from MaxPax. Looks like he is moving out to attempt to expand, and Dark does see the probe. But MaxPax is committed. Takes down the Ling. Behind this Oracles, they get the revelation. MaxPax, he does expand, but that's not going to stop him from moving out. Here comes that War Prism. Likewise, Charge is finishing up as well. Back at home, 7 roaches on the way for Dark. He does spot the War Prism, is aware. And the Zealots are staying back at home. They'll stay back at home. Prism is spotted. High Templar morphing in. And going for the Archon drop. So it looks like MaxPax is just going to be keeping his army pinned back. He's expanding, is getting his 3rd base. Lings, they do get eyes on this. And we'll see what MaxPax can get done. It's going to be on Dark to keep up with roaches and with hydras. Sorry, roaches and queens, what I would say. Oh. Stasis goes off. Drop into the main. Archons, they do get a drone. so good. One drone getting caught. Prism does back off. We're hoping for more damage here, and the Prism has taken a lot of shield damage. MaxPax will pull away. Catching more tumors, doesn't get a roach. Lings, they threaten to run by. That Zelkan is building up. That's good. That's quickly becoming a hefty army. More Immortals, more Archons, more charge lots. This will hit like a truck. Again, there's no finesse here. There's no Blink Stalkers. There's nothing else behind this. Just purely just a beefy gateway-based army. Zealots, Archons, more Immortals. Darky does confirm. Is aware. Getting a Hydrogen. Ideally, Darky does want to get into Roach Hydra as a composition. Roach Hydra Ravager. And we'll see if we can get there. As long as they keep poking in. Oh god. Most links go down. Dark, he's just now getting up to 3 base saturation. Dark, his own droning has been quite delayed. Quite a bit. It's brutal. Here we go. MaxPax, he does move out. Dark has been building up his Roach army. Can he defend that 4th base? He's going to try to. Takes down the first line of Zealots. Zealots do go down. Now going for the Archons. Force Fields, they look down his Roaches. Does break them down, but he's beating out a lot of Roaches here. The base will complete. And again, can he take down the Archons? He's going to get 1. 3 Archons left. 3 Archons remaining. More Roach being picked up. Yeah, and MaxPax, he has done it. He's breaking through. The boys are being pulled. The hatchery is going to go down. And Darky has to abandon the base. And he just barely wasn't able to hold on. Barely needed more time for more Hydras. It's a brutal push here from MaxPax. From here is backing off. Storm is on the way. And Dark is on the back foot. Straight up. He's on the back foot. He has a worse economy. Ideally, the Zerg player wants to be up a base. He's even on bases here with MaxPax. And MaxPax, the quality of this army is insane. He's going to have so many Storms. And on top of that, so many Roaches, so many Immortals and Archons for the Roaches. So a very high-tech army. Again, Dark, he needs the ideal engagement to deal with this. If he's able to catch out the High Templar, if he's able to engage with the army a portion at a time, potentially go for a run-by at the same time and go for a counterattack and maybe force MaxPax back home. There are situations where he can buy time and he can do some kind of damage and get away with it. But the pressure is on Dark. Pressure is on. That's like a Jesus. As I do favor MaxPax's army in a head-on fight. But again, that's only going to be in a head-on fight, though. Dark is being active. He's splitting up his forces. We'll see if he can pull MaxPax apart, making his way towards that 3rd. Distracting here at the 4th. Keeping MaxPax busy. Dark is moving in. Storm is done, though. Yeah, Storm going up. Ooh, brutal connection on the Hydras. Dark started stepping forward, gets an Archon. Oh, got the Storm. The Storm does so much damage, though. Does get an Archon, does force out another Archon as well, takes down the sentries. And Dark has to get the hell out of here. He has to pull away. Hiding against those Zealots. Reinforcements coming from behind. Gets a Stalker. Likewise, going for the 4th. But throughout all this, Zealots, they do hit the 3rd base. And Dark racing back home. Does lose many workers. Trading 2 for 2. Dark, he defends. And what was important about the fight that just occurred, I believe he was able to snipe some High Templar. He got 1 High Templar, he was able to get 2 Archons as well. He was able to thin out the High Templar count and minimize Storms, but despite that, there's still, what, 4 High Templar? Still a lot of Storm potential. Dark now taking up, going for the Infestation Pit. In towards Hive Tech, in towards Lurkers. We'll see if Dark can get there. Once again, oh, he runs into the Immortals. Again, he just can't engage. It's not going to happen. Dark pulling away. Once again, trying to distract his opponent. Now, if Dark can get into lurker production, then he will be able to survive the eventual move out. Oh god. Ooh, brutal stasis. Stasis goes off. That's going to be a big loss here. MaxPax, he can just gear up and get ready to just storm this location. Speaking of storms, Dark is going to try to commit. Oh, another storm sending away. Dark going to get forced back. He's pushing in. Once again, MaxPax, he is holding. And throughout all this, going for a massive Zealot counterattack as well. Catching out Lings. Lings getting caught. Dark, he has to race back home. Has to respect this, as Zealots, they just have their way with these Lings. And he's to defend with his Roaches and Hydras. Otherwise, he's bleeding out too much. Even losing a Hydra towards the end. Zealots on the right. And MaxPax is getting ready to push. This is a death blow of an army. He's still trying to recover. The Hive is almost done. I like the idea of, I mean, Lurker Gen is done, and here we go. Lurkers upgrades are on the way. But Dark, he needs as many Lurkers as possible to survive. And even then, it's not a sure thing because there are just so many Immortals. 8 Immortals. This army is designed to break through siege lines of Lurkers. Oh, God. Oh, no. MaxPax is moving in. Dark coming, getting ready for the surround. Again, that's his best hope. Storm's a zone away. If Dark can surround this army, that's going to be his way out of this. Coming in from behind. Gets High Templar. Forces out a Storm. MaxPax bringing everything together. Massive storms here on the right hand side and on the left. And there's still more storms. Yeah, still plenty more storms. Does catch some more High Templar. Mortal's getting exposed. Oof. Dark just buying time. Trying to hold on. Has bled out most of the supporting army. It's mainly Immortal. It's like it's Immortal 2 Archons and a couple of I've got the storms there. And I think that was the final storm. Yeah, no more storms, just purely Immortal. Does dive in. Gets one. Again, without any more storms, these Hydras, they can trade well. Gonna get another. Another 2, another 3. Takes on the High Templar as well. Gonna be forced back at the same time. Zealot run back, catching out 11 drones, wreaking havoc. Trying to force Dark back home. And oh no, the stasis traps. They will catch him. That was Dark's moment. He had to reset the Immortal count and he didn't. He wasn't able to. And with that, Dark is falling behind. I mean, it was already behind, but now it's becoming more apparent here. Hatchery goes down, more drones going to be falling. MaxPax has a massive lead, taking more bases, and he is rebuilding that High Templar count. It went down to 1, now back up to how many? 8. Jesus. 8 High Templar, 8 Storm. It was a good effort, but again, Dark, he needed to at least catch all the Immortals. He barely wasn't quite able to. And here comes MaxPax. Time for the second wave, the second push. I just being kept busy. Queen's going down. There are 2 Lurkers to defend. Down to 1. 1 Lurker to defend. Zealots are wreaking havoc. They get 12 drone kills. Again, Dark just doesn't have the supply. Doesn't have the numbers to defend. I mean, Lurkers, they do hold on to the center base. True. They get 1 Immortal. Up here, MaxPax, he rotates. The Lurker count does keep up with the rotation. How many do we have? 13. 13 Lurkers. Ooh, soon to be 22 Lurkers. This is enough to hold on and to survive. Do we have enough to go for a counter all in? Like, the reality is here, Dark, he's down to 49 drones. Like, Dark, he has no economy. Like, he cannot macro out of this. But could he possibly just send it across the map and dive into the production? Maybe. With 22 Lurkers, it's possible. Oh, Mothership has arrived. Oh, no. Yeah, GG gets caught. I was like, There's no anti-air and there's no detection. GG gets called. Mothership does arrive just in time to force it out of Dark. And with that, we have a tied series. 1-1. GG, well played. Again, Dark, he just was in a really rough position, especially coming into the mid game. He was stuck on Ling Hydra. He lost his fourth base. A lot of it did come down to that fight, if you recall, when Dark lost control of his fourth, when he lost the expansion, and from there, Dark, he fell behind economically. As a result, he was not able to mass up your typical swarm of the Zerg army that you're typically relying upon in this kind of game state, as he was, even if not behind economically, he just couldn't overwhelm his opponent. With that, MaxPax, he just was able to secure a much more efficient army, much more high-tech army. GG, just snowball from there. GG, well played. Again, Darky did have a really nice moment when he was catching out, when he was able to barely reset the High Templar count and the Archons, and it was only purely Immortal. It was trying to chase him down with those Hydra lunges. It was a really good moment for Dark, but again, he needed to get every Immortal there. Otherwise, otherwise it didn't matter, and it didn't matter in the end. GG. GG, well played. We have a tied up series, and we're going into game number 3. Let's go. Here we go. So we're getting into our next game here, and we're going to be loading into Amygdala. Let's go. Are going to be loading in. Amygdala, of course, being one of the larger maps of the map pool. Because it's so large, it can often lead to more macro games, but it's Dark, so it's Dark's getting involved, so we expect some shenanigans, right? Game 1, he rushed into the gold base, into a greater economy. Game 2, if you recall, Dark, he did rush into a hatch block, into just hyper aggression early on to try to maintain that hatchery. Did set himself behind because of that, behind economically, as he did not do enough. Here in Game 3, what's it going to be? Oh boy. So yeah, getting into our next game. To find out who takes the lead in the series. Who takes the lead in this best of 5. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing himself, being forced into a tied up series. Can he gain momentum once again? Can he bring it back? It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player from the land of Denmark, representing Storm Gaming, tying up the series, and momentum is on his side. It is MaxPax. Let us go. Whew. Okay. We're calming things down. We're loading into, again, one of the larger maps, a more macro-oriented map as well. This time, Dark, he does not send his drone across the map to go for a hatch block. This time, he does, or he's going to be forced into the unnatural natural. Get forced to expand here at the third location instead. This time, no crazy delay, no crazy hatchery. None of the sort. Not this time. Again, we're calming down, Papi. We're calming down. Oh, un momento. Here we go. So far, standard opener outside of course, the awkward expansion. Back at home, MaxPax just gate expand into Cyber Core, into Stargate most likely. Again, we're not really expecting any kind of major deviation. Really, what I'm going to be looking for here is either a 2-base all-in or a 3-base all-in out of Dark. I'm curious to see if he does cut workers at some point, if he does go into an earlier Roachworn, if he goes into an earlier Lair, into an earlier Hydroden as a result. That's kind of what I'm keeping my eye open for from the side of Dark. This wouldn't be a bad map for mutas either. True. Muta play can be quite viable here on Amygdala. We've spoken many a time about how awkward it can be to be aggressive on this map because of the limited ground attack paths, but mutas, they don't care about your ground attack paths. They can move out across the map quite freely, and they can do quite well, especially on a larger map like Amygdala, Abyssal Reef, or Neon Violet Square. So we'll see. We shall see. As we have our initial Stargate into most likely Oracle. We'll see if MaxPax does mix it up and go for a Void Ray instead. As he does move out, pokes in towards the expansion. So far, Dark is keeping up, and he shouldn't lose anything here at the third. So far, so good. Stepping force back. Second Adept has arrived. Of course, Sword Adept's taken one-shot drones. So far, they pick away the Lings. Headed for the middle run. Oh, he gets one! One drone goes down. That should not have happened. So a nice start here for MaxPax. He gets a worker. Pulls away. Behind this, MaxPax getting ready for his own expansion, getting ready for his own third base. Probe is being sent out. And Dark is here to delay if at all possible. Pokes in. There we go. Does waste energy on the Oracle. That's good enough. I say that. Energy overcharge. It's fine. Does recharge that energy. Third base is on the way. And MaxPax is secure. So far, so good. Likewise, behind this, Dark just droning, saturating. Again, we're keeping our eye open here for earlier gases, for earlier tech. Oracle sips in towards the natural. Second Oracle moving out. Just going to be 2 Oracles from MaxPax, and from here we should be seeing the tech. We should be seeing a Twilight Council and a Forge. If we see anything else, we'll make a loud noise. We'll freak out. Don't worry. We'll be all over it. Meanwhile, that is going to be a 4:30 lair timing. Interesting. Very early lair here from Dark. Not as early as 4 minutes, true, but 4:30 still. Lair first. Because of the early lair, I'm feeling a couple of different things here. It should be Hydras. It should be fast Hydras out of Dark. Typically, if we go Muta, we go Roachworn first to be safe. Then you go for the Spire. So I'm leaning away from Mutas. Oracle does get eyes on the lair. Getting one drone. Not bad. And behind this, there's that typical setup. +1, Forge, and Twilight Council. The Oracle takes a lot of hits. Our eyes are open here for the tech of choice. So far, just 2 gases. Drones on the way for Dark. Should soon be taking a 4th base and show us that tech of choice. The Hydra or the Spire. Again, it should be Hydras, but we'll see. No shotty goes. There it is. I was about to say, no shotty goes infestation bit. There it is. Hydra is being thrown down. So again, Dark is going for a Hydra rush. Lings to get across the map. Oracle's out of position. No shield battery. Ooh, no shield battery whatsoever. Probes are going down. Very nice attack here by Dark. Delays the economy. Gets 2 workers. Forces back the probes. Nothing critical, but good damage nonetheless. As he rotates back around, gets another probe. Takes down. Oh, not quite the Zealot. Darky pulls out. Does pull out, getting his 4th base. Behind this, rushing into Hydra production, of course. Now, I would assume that Dark... I was going to say that with this fast Hydra Den, I would assume that it's going to be... Oh, he's a little bit misrallied. I would assume it's going to be for fast Lurkers and fast Infestation Pits. But based on the Roach Warren, it looks like Roach Hydra as a composition for Dark, which he does enjoy embracing. It's a bit of an older school composition, but Dark does embrace them from time to time. So we'll see if he does go Roach Hydra initially into 4-base saturation, then into further tech. This Rocks are being knocked down. Behind this, we have our Splash Damage of choice. A bit of a rare sight here. Typically, I mean, it's very trendy as of late to go into Storm and go into High Templar because of the NG overcharge, but no, MaxPax is going to Colossus production instead. Ooh, brutal stasis though. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, the stasis trap is brutal. Likewise, MaxPax poking in, getting a Hydra. Getting 2 Hydras even. Some rough losses here for Dark. Stasis doesn't quite go up. Behind this, getting into more Colossi. +2, charge on the way as well. Darky is taking. There's that infestation bit. That should be for the hive. Things are trying to come in for a flank. Another stasis pops up. So far, MaxPax is trading well. He has lost one Stalker so far, and I believe that was a defensive Stalker earlier. Blinking back, shaving off more Lings. One Stalker gets trapped. Meanwhile, the giant tumors that have expired. They have gone down. MaxPax dives in. Once again, the stasis traps are brutal. And without Lings, these Hydras, they can't properly engage. Not without bleeding out Hydras. They're moving forward. Lings are doing what they can. Now the stasis goes off. The Colossus has arrived. And the Hydras have to get the hell out of here. Oof. Dark trying to make use of those Lings, but he has to respect the Colossus. Pulls away. Oof. Does pull away, does pull back. Yeah, building up more of a Hydra. Hive is almost done, and I believe there's no Lurker Den. So this could just be straight into Vipers, which wouldn't be a bad move. That would be an answer to the Colossi. Just rush into Vipers. Rush into those abductions. We'll see if he can get there. MaxPax moving in. Nice concave here at a Dark. A decent concave does start to step in. Oh, stasis goes off. Catching up out of his army. Dark has to pull away. Does pull back. Zell run right towards the mineral line. Dark is his attention just being pulled apart. The drones are going down. Things are coming first around. Stasis does get denied. But Dark is having a hard time keeping up. Okay, that's going to be 4 drone kills. Dark falling behind economically, and MaxPax is not stopping. He's not stopping. He expanded towards his opponent. He can reinforce on the front lines. Vipers are on the way, but Dark needs more time. He needs those Vipers. Without them, Dark, he's just getting bullied back. Once again, diving in. Trying to collapse in the army. Baits out the stasis traps. But that's just not enough support for the Hydras. Queens, they go down one after the other. Dark, he's being broken. The Vipers have arrived. They need more time, though. They're gathering energy as we speak. They're sucking on the buildings. Oh, do we have a yoink? We do. He gets one. Gets one abduction. Nicely done. He needs another. Does need another here. So he's barely surviving. MaxPax behind this, 81 probes. 81 workers. He's got a booming economy. Behind this, he can afford a second robo into disruptors. For now, he's going into storm. Yep, there's a second robo for disruptor production. +3. MaxPax getting further ahead. Now, there is going to be a window before the storm where Dark can break through this. He's maxed. Oh. Stasis goes off. There's a yoink. He gets one. Ah, just the one. Vipers, they get feedbacked. No more abductions. Dark, he wants the expansion. He wants that 4th. And just starting away the army. Probe's going to be going down. Getting 14 probe kills, and he will not... Oh, he should get the expansion. He should get it. Up! Up! He needs it. And he will. Whew. Nexus goes down. Meanwhile, we can see MaxPax going for a massive counterattack. But there are reinforcements back at home, and Dark, he holds. Oh, he does hold on. Shuts down those zealots. He returns back around. Warping into the main. Drones are falling. But MaxPax, his economy now, it is not ideal. Down to 69. Nice. Is it ideal? Hard to say. 7 drones falling for Dark. Dark, he moves in. Ooh, takes a storm to the face. He stands in it. Oh my god. Yeah, late reaction there from Dark. Another storm pops up. Does dive in. Takes down the High Templar. And Dark, he was distracting the main army. The main army was otherwise preoccupied. He gets into the mineral line. Probes are falling. So barely does not get the Immortal, but can he get the expansion? Ah, not quite. Pulls away. Hydras, they dive in. They take down the High Templar. Probes, they get caught out. Oh my god, 18 probe kills. Yeah, missed rally there from MaxPax. Still rallied into the mineral line. 18 probes going down. Dark, he's just been pulling MaxPax apart. Again, Dark, he was up against the wall. He was barely surviving. And by the skin of his teeth, by the Vipers, he held, and now he's thriving. Now he's maxed. I mean, he doesn't have an ideal economy, true, but he likes it. He has the gold base that helps support it. I mean, he's able to support himself with the gold. He's maxed out. And now it's MaxPax up against the wall. The turns, they've tabled, Pappy. They've tabled all the way. It's crazy. Does dive in. Nice storms. Ooh. Here comes the yoinks. He gets one. Just the one, though. No detection. Oh, wait, no, so it is. There's the overseer. Roach Hydra pushing through the slow zone. Not ideal. Colossus has arrived. Do we have another yoink? Oh, my God. Storms are brutal. The base goes down. That's what's important. At the same time, as they get across the map, they go for the goal bases. Well, mineral lines are falling for both players. Another brutal storm. Dark starts stepping in, but he has to respect the army. He has to get the hell out of here. Does lunge away. Back at home, 15 drone kills. And it's 3 base versus, in a way, 3 base. Darky's in trouble. That turns. They've tabled again. Oh, God. Darky saturates. He has lost a lot of supply here. Did he save his Vipers? He saved one. One Viper survived. One Viper lived. Cloak is going to be available for a second time. Same with the slow zone. MaxPax regaining that base. Dark trying to collapse in. There's that slow zone. Jeez, that's a lot of storms. That's a lot of High Templar. Dark going for a counterattack. Bold move. Does move out. MaxPax does he recall, going for his own Stellar Realmite, catches out Queens. MaxPax does turn around. Oh, Zealous, they do trade very well, catching out Roaches, catching out Hydras. Very expensive losses here for Dark. Dark pushing into the bases. Back at home, 10 drones going down. Some brutal losses, and Dark, he doesn't get the probes. It doesn't get them. He's being forced further back. MaxPax, he defends and he attacks. Dark losing bases, losing workers, losing his economy. That was what was keeping Dark in this game. Was that economy, at least over MaxPax. Now he doesn't have it. Dark, he doesn't have it. Again, he's not even saturated at the gold base. Doing whatever he can. Rotating once again. MaxPax out of position. At least somewhat. Goes down the slow zone. Base is going down. Okay. He gets a mineral line. Hatchery's going to fall. MaxPax, he doesn't recall. He commits. He's going for the gold. And goes to the gold base. Nexus falls. Oh, going for the yoink. Gets an Archon. And there's the recall. Does recall back home. Darky gets the hell out of there. Pulls away. Get out of here. Cheese it. Pulls back. Dark pulling in. Kid always being active with 2 different armies. Just so annoying to deal with here. Max actually does spot this. He's aware. Does spot the Roach Hydra. Max actually does have some defensive storms. Storms are ready. Army gets spotted. Yo, Dark, can he come in for the surround? MaxPax, half his army is back at home. There's a recall there. Yeah, recalls everything to reinforce. Darky evacuates the gold, and he should be committing with his counterattack. Ooh, brutal storm. Oh my God, the storm was insane. He still did almost the full duration of the storm. Oh yeah, storms, they just punish his army. Darky has to try to race past, bleeding out a lot of supply. Yeah, the storms, they annihilate the Hydras. And Dark gets a one-way trip. He's gonna lose everything. Yeah, he's gonna lose everything here. The Roaches, the Hydras, there's no escape. This is a much more efficient trade for MaxPax. This is not worth it for Dark. Losing everything. The Roaches, the Hydras, they all go down. Dark plummeting in supply. Again, an army that he just can't really afford to lose and afford to replace. And GG gets called. He lost everything. GG MaxPax. He will take a lead in the series. GG. Oh my god. MaxPax does take it again. A very scrappy game. Very scrappy, very back and forth. There were moments for Dark, moments for MaxPax. Of course, towards the end there, Dark, he threw away his entire army. He tried to catch MaxPax out of position, but he cornered himself. Got trapped up against the bases, and there was no escape. He lost everything. That was game. That was game then and there. One mistake too many, especially when there wasn't an economy to sustain that kind of army, to sustain that kind of loss. With that, MaxPax is now one game away from advancing on to the next round. One more game is all MaxPax needs. Let's go. Let us go. So we're jumping into game number 4, and this could be the end of the series. MaxPax again, one more is all he needs. Dark has to win here and now to force the ace match to bring us all the way to game 5. I want to believe that we can have an ace match, that we can bring it to game 5, especially because, as you can imagine, what is the next map? El Dorado. Let's go. El Dorado coming up next map. Ah, it's beautiful. Oh my god. We're ready for the goal bases. We're ready for the nonsense. I'm ready for the clownery, papi. Ape it up, Dark. Ape it up. Let's go. Likewise, MaxPax, he's not afraid to put on his clown shoes here in El Dorado as well. True. Very much so. Can be a wild map. Can be for some wild builds. Let's see what they have for us. Let's go. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the blue Zerg. As we might have to rehost. It's up to the organizer. Okay. In the bottom right hand corner, we have down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. We might remake. We'll see. Like what? It is Dark. And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player for Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. So it looks like the observer for TKL stream, for the French stream, didn't make it into the lobby. So, I mean, it's up to the organizers. Otherwise, there is a clean feed. There is a clean feed that they could use. That they were advised to use as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're just... Oh no, he's talking in all chat. Oh no. The player's like, what's going on? What? What's okay? What are they thanking us for? Oh no. Okay. We're all good. But shout out to TKL and the French boys. And Comeback TV, I believe. For all that they do. Fun fact, TKL, he is the brains, the man behind the new EU Open Cup, the Monday night StarCraft, the Monday weeklies. TKL, he is the man behind it, so much love. It's not an event that we can really cover just because, you know, I would like to sleep. I haven't slept today at all yet, but I would like to sleep, and, you know, the EU Monday Cup, it goes all against light wanting to sleep, so... We don't cover that, but still, shout out to TKL. Much love. And so now we are going to be settling in. So far, gate expanded to Cybercore, standard opening here out of MaxPax. Likewise, Dark going for his own hatch gas pool. And really, my eyes are on Dark here as he's already mining through those gold patches. Here we go. So Dark, he's getting access to this southern half of the map to go for his third base, to go for the gold as well, to go for potentially another gold base. Now, what's important about this map here, about El Dorado, that Dark loves about it, is if the opposing player doesn't mine through these patches, if they don't gain access to the same half of the map, if they don't open up the map themselves, then Dark, he is so happy to take advantage of that. What I mean by that, there are certain areas to this map that are difficult to gain access to if you don't mine through the patches on your own side, whether it's towards the top side or towards the south side, regardless, depending on where you expand, where you don't expand. And Dark, we've seen him embrace Knight as Swarm Host time and time again against Protoss and against Terran alike. We've seen him go into Mutas, we've seen him go into Drop Lord play as well, Doom dropping into the main. Likewise, MaxPax, we've seen him rush into Sky Toss on this map as well. Void Ray Opener. The first sign, Void Ray Opener here out of MaxPax. We'll hunt down the Overlords, and we'll see where MaxPax takes us from here as well. Again, like, El Dorado is a very unique map. There's a lot of unique features about it, and it can lead to some really weird games, or just some really unique games even. Which is always a lot of fun to watch, not fun to play. I veto the hell out of El Dorado. I want none of this. But is a treat to enjoy, of course. I'm always here for it. Always. As Oracle's on the way. So far, Dark, his initial Overlord is going to be hunted down. Oh, Dark getting heavily supply blocked. 5 Overlords on the way. Good start from MaxPax. Does supply block, getting a start behind this. And this will delay Dark. Delays his Queen production, delays his droning, delays his defensive setup. Ooh, that's an early Twilight Council. That is an early Twilight Council here to MaxPax. Question becomes, what do you have for us? Glaive Adepts or Fast Blink? I'm feeling Glaives. We'll see. But again, very early Twilight Council here to MaxPax. It's going to be an aggressive start. He's got 2 options. Blink is a little bit more defensive, as it will finish up in time to defend against a Roach-based all-in. Glaives, of course, hyper-aggressive to get across the map, to wreak havoc. What's it going to be? Void Ray dips in, gets a drone, gets 1, gets 2. 2 drones go down. Oracle towards the 3rd base. Queens are ready, somewhat. Was in the middle of injecting. And there it is, we have Formation Glaives. Yeah, so it is going to be hyper-aggressive here. MaxPax rushing into Glaive Adepts. Now, the goal here, this is not to kill. This is not designed to kill Dark. This is designed to maim him and to give MaxPax an economic lead. We'll see if he can pull this off. Now, what is brutal about Glaive Adepts on this map specifically is that it's difficult to wall off. You can see here, Dark, he's getting ready for a wall here at the natural, true. But if MaxPax is able to mine through these patches and actually move Adepts towards the southern half instead, then he has free reign. He just has free access here towards the natural. If you're watching Cyril versus Hero in the finals of Masters Coliseum, then you would know that Hero in one of those games on El Dorado, he went for a hidden proxy gateway here to reinforce with Adepts to commit to his Adept aggression, and he caught Cyril completely off guard, and Cyril just died then and there. He just died then and there. He was not expecting Adepts from this half of the map instead of the top side. Speaking of, MaxPax, he doesn't proxy, but he does go through the south side as well. He has control of the Zelnaga, and the wall is wide open. There's no possible SimCity for Dark. Adepts are coming in. First 3 Adepts get surrounded. He gets 1, he gets 2. Nice big ups, he gets 2 Adepts. But they do shade in, and they're going to wreak havoc. Drones are going to be going down. Adepts, they shade in towards the natural. They shade in towards the 3rd base. Drones are pulling left and right, and this is becoming far too much damage already. Dark is getting pulled apart. The power of the Adepts and the power of El Dorado. Again, Hero did it his way. MaxPax doing it his own way here, just going through the center instead. A little bit less flashy, but it gets the job done. 13 drones, and again, he's still not done. Shading in towards the natural, actually shading in towards the 3rd base. Making the way towards the mineral line. There are some merges in position. And it looks like it's only going to be 13. Okay, 13 workers in total. Still, good damage. Oh, he's not done. 14. 14 drones going down. And now, Dark is behind. Dark, is behind economically. He's got Roach Ravager, sure. We have an Infestation Bit on the way. I would not be surprised if this is for something like Swarm Host play to be as efficient as possible to come back in this game, but the pressure is on Dark. Pressure is on, and I'm concerned, Pappy. I'm concerned. It's looking rough for Dark. Behind this, MaxPax, full 3-base saturation, getting into +1, Blink, Temple Archives, Archon, Storm. Just taking out the way he wants. From the side of Dark, again, I'm assuming this is going to be something like Swarm Host play, but we'll see. We'll see if he goes into a faster Hive. I was looking for the lair. Gases are being taken. And show us what you got. Yeah, as Dark, he's banking up his Larva. Plus 2 range, yeah, Swarm Host. Again, Swarm Host, they make the most sense. If you remember at the start of the game, there's a reason why I brought up that Dark does like going Swarm Host on El Dorado, just because of the terrain itself. There's a reason why we brought it up. So again, this is kind of what we expect from Dark. Likewise, because Dark is behind, Swarmers can be very efficient. They can be very efficient units. Basically, in this position, though, it's a Hail Mary play. It's a Hail Mary play here out of Dark. He's hoping to out-trade MaxPax with Locust Waves. And we'll see if he can. It is a big risk, it's a big gamble, but I mean, it's all that Dark has. Door base gets denied. Drop in towards the main. Dark, he needs vision, so he does move out with the Ling, so we can go for a Nidus Worm. And go for the Storm Host. Ideally, he wants to force MaxPax back home. Oh, he has suspended here to defend. Oh, that is a little bit brutal. Like I say, used offensively. Does force back the Stalkers. Roaches into the main. Now into the natural. Oh god, oh, more drones going down. I mean, it was already crippling damage earlier, and now another 14 workers. 33 drones going down in total. Nidus Storm gets caught out. MaxPax, he shuts it down. And again, if Dark wasn't all in before, I mean, he is now. Down to 50 drones. Again, this is where the soup does lie. I mean, the soup lies quite often. A big reason for this is the Roaches and Swarmers are inflated army supply. They are inflated supply. So looks can be deceiving. Roaches moving in. Stasis about to connect. Ooh, brutal connection. Locust Wave here towards the top side. Again, Locust Wave being spent. MaxPax pulls away. Oh, catching out some Stalkers. Not bad. Dark catching out 3-4 Stalkers. Nice trades. Nice trades here on these Stalkers. That's he please out more Roaches. Trading once again. At the same time, MaxPax, he will kill the 4th. Again, just containing Dark on 3 bases. That's really all that MaxPax has to do. Just contain Dark. As he's getting his own 4th fully operational. Immortals have arrived. Storm has arrived. MaxPax coming in from behind. Stasis catching out another army. Another Stalkers, no! As again, the dead supply here. They can't help, they're trying to escape. MaxPax coming in from behind. Storm on the Locust Wave. And so many Swarmers get caught out here. That's going to be 8 Swarmers going down. And again, Darky barely had an army to begin with, and now even less so. GG gets called, we don't get the final fight, and MaxPax, I mean, the writing was on the wall. He will take the series 3-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. Oh. What's up? Okay. GG, well played. Oh, there we go. The trumpets were delayed. GG, well played in the end. Ooh. MaxPax will take the series 3-1, advancing on into the next round. My condolences to Dark, he did have a really good showing. There was some very close matches. I'm brought back to Amygdala, right? Amygdala could have gone either way. Amygdala was a slugfest. It was crazy, and it was very back and forth. The last did go the way of MaxPax in the end, and the series likewise as well. Here we saw, once again, it can be quite difficult to keep up with the depth harass on El Dorado, as we saw, because, A, you might have some SimCity at your ramp, but there's no SimCity at your 3rd base location. There's just a wide open area there to take advantage of. We saw Hero do it against Cyril, and now here we saw MaxPax do it against Dark. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax, he will take the series, will advance on, and now we are getting ready for our next match of the night. We're halfway through. Up next is going to be, I believe, a PvT between Hero and Gumiho. Let's go. So far, we've had a lot of 3-1s. Not gonna lie. Oh. So hold on, I try to fix up the scoreline here. As we switch our scenes over and catch up on the matches here tonight. So you can